what's up. So as you probably saw, I was in Dallas this weekend with some friends, and I also got a new toy to, you know, kind of play around with. So I hope you like that. Just was messing around with it for like half an hour in the park, and I'm definitely gonna, you know, keep using it and hopefully make some cool stuff. Also, you might notice that there's nothing really in my room right now because the movers came and they took all my stuff. So, you know, the move out of Lawton is coming up very soon. Anyway, this past week was, you know, decently busy, but it wasn't bad at all, especially knowing that we're done. You know, there's just classes and stuff and some training, but being done is like just such a huge relief, and it just felt really good. Anyway, by far the most important thing we did this week was the PT test. This was considered a record PT test, and we're actually not sure if the higher of your two scores from the one in the beginning or this one goes through your unit, or if it's just this one. But regardless, I did better on this one anyway, so it doesn't really matter for me. So I wasn't really sure how it was gonna go because, you know, I kind of had the stomach bug a few days before, and I wasn't feeling that confident, but I still was going for at least a 270, and I ended up getting just over a 290, so I'm pretty happy with it. I didn't max the run, so I'm gonna work on that, but you know, overall I'm happy with my score. Also this week we had an offensive sim, so just like we had a defensive sim, or defensive brief, and then sim, we had the offensive sim, which basically was simulating doing a battalion mission with different fire support officers for every company and all that stuff. Basically doing the mission on the computer and calling for fire and everything, and, you know, coordinating and all that. Personally, I thought this had some really good training moments and then some not so great training moments, but overall I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it kind of went on a little longer than it, you know, I think the value definitely dropped off. But overall, I think it was a pretty cool thing. On the flip side of that, we actually had the offensive sim FDC. So while my platoon was doing the fire support part of the sim, another platoon was doing the gunnery part. You know, I'm in the FDC doing all the calculations, everything for our call for fires. So another day we switched and we were in the FDC, and I thought that, you know, it definitely takes the fire support a lot longer to set up and everything for that, not necessarily in like real life, but for that it took them a lot longer to set up. So we were set up pretty quickly and then just kind of sitting around, you know, running test missions and stuff, but I mean, you can only do so many of those. But then it really picked up once they started going, their missions started and everything. It really picked up, and I thought it actually had really good value because missions were stacking, you know, we had to make quick decisions and everything, put under stress. But then things started losing value. People started not taking it so seriously, you know. Inevitably something got messed up, so we weren't able to do what we needed to do anymore, and then it just kind of had a domino effect, and it lost training value. But in the beginning, definitely I thought it was really useful actually. Another thing we had this week was a rockets safety class. So we had that rockets class a couple weeks ago to kind of introduce us to them and, you know, the tactics for them and all that. This past week we had a safety class, so it's very similar to cannon safety. It was basically going over SDZ, surface danger zones and all that. So you had a class for that with cannons. Basically the same thing for rockets. And, you know, at first it seems kind of tough and kind of abstract, but you get it pretty quickly. And in the end, there's an automated way to do it like really fast. So it's really not that bad, but it's good to know kind of the theory behind it. And lastly, we had a maintenance class, which is not the most interesting subject in the world, but it's definitely something that's good to know as an officer, as somebody who's, you know, be signing for a lot of equipment, who needs their equipment to work in order to, you know, accomplish their mission and everything. It's definitely good stuff to know. You're probably not going to remember it like a couple weeks after you have the class, but you get a CD with the PowerPoints and stuff on it. Definitely going to be referencing that stuff in the future, and that'll be helpful. So next week is the big red leg war. It's kind of, you know, the culminating event of BOLC. It's a 4-day field exercise, just shooting and calling in fire, essentially. I'm excited for it. Should be fun. I kind of like the field. The field in FA is not like super intense, you know, like you're digging trenches and stuff, but I think it has a lot of very, very good value. So I'm excited for it. Hopefully I'll be able to use my GoPro, not sure, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, that was this past week. I hope you liked the drone footage in the beginning. I'm gonna be playing around with that thing a lot. It's a lot of fun. And I actually have a trip coming up, so definitely gonna use it for that. And I think it'll be pretty cool. But anyway, that's all I've got. So leave a like or dislike or whatever, leave a comment. Yeah, so till next time, keep killing it.